All right, today we're in section 8.1, ratios. 3 ways to write a ratio, guys. We can write it as a fraction with the word to or with a colon. All right, so let's look at this chart. Baseball spring training, Padres, Dodgers, Cubs. Write a ratio for wins to losses for the Dodgers. So whatever comes first in the statement, wins, comes first in the ratio. How many wins did the Dodgers have? How many losses? So I write it with a colon, with the word to, and as a fraction. And I'm good to go. You do all 3 of them on your homework. It'll say write the ratio in 3 ways. All right, so now I want you to write the ratio of wins to losses for the Padres. Wins to losses for the Padres. How many wins for the Padres? 16. How many losses? So 16 colon 11, 16 to 11, 16 over 11. Did you get it right? Okay, so now look at the next one. Ratio for wins to games played. So let's start with the Dodgers again. How many wins did the Dodgers have?
18.
How many games did they play?
18 plus 13.
Yeah, wins and losses. Doesn't matter if you win or lose. You still played a game. So 18 plus 13 is 31. 18 to 31. And 18 over 31. All right, do the same thing for the Padres. All right, how many wins? Wait. How many wins? 16 to 27. 16 to 27. And 16 over 27. All right, did you get it? Okay, so that's our first example. Second example deals with, now it specifically wants you to write the ratio as a fraction in simplest form. Well, example A makes it even easier. It's already a fraction. I just have to reduce it. All right, so go ahead and do that. So what does it reduce to? 4/5. Okay, now with my second ratio, 9 to 5, okay, now I need to write it as a fraction. The first number that comes in the sequence goes on top. The second number goes on the bottom. And I just need to make sure that it's reduced. I do not change it to a mixed number because then it's not a ratio anymore. So I just leave it 9/5. That's my answer. All right, so on the third one, write the ratio as a fraction in simplest form. 32 over 48 reduces to what? 2/3. Questions, guys? That's it for example 2. In example 3 now, I need to compare the ratios. Well, I can't just look at the ratios and know which one's bigger. I have to change them to a decimal. So remember what I just said about writing it as a fraction? The first number goes on top. The second number goes on the bottom. Now change them to decimals. 18 over 12 as a decimal. 1.5. What's 54 over 36? 1.5, so they're equal. And my work is that I'm showing the decimals, the decimal values. Okay? So comparing ratios, what do you have to do? Change it to a decimal. Fraction than a decimal. Yes, very good. All right, so that's how we compare ratios. Now, let's talk for a minute about units of measurement. Now, some of this is meant to be review. Hopefully you do remember some of it, but then other parts of it, hopefully this will help you on your homework. So here we have 2 units of measurement, 5 quarts and 3 gallons. Which one is the bigger unit? Quarts or gallons? Gallons is the bigger unit. So my rule here is I take the bigger unit and I convert it to the smaller unit. So quarts will stay the same. Well, how many quarts are in 1 gallon? This is the part you will have to just know from previous learning. Yes, there are 4 quarts in 1 gallon. If you don't know that, please go ahead and memorize it because it will be helpful to you in your homework. So if there's 4 quarts in 1 gallon, how many quarts are in 3 gallons? 12. Now that you have the units, the same units, now you can write it as a ratio. How would you write this as a ratio? 5 over 12. Or 5 to 12, or 5:12. Doesn't matter which way, but that's how you write it as a ratio. Now, is it reduced? Can you reduce it anymore? No. Simplest form, so we're done. 5 over 12. £4 pounds and 12 ounces. So which one do you convert? Write them in the same unit and then write them as a ratio. Which one's the bigger unit? Pounds or ounces? Pounds is bigger. How many ounces are in a pound? 16. So how many ounces are in 4 pounds? 64 ounces to 12 ounces. So 64 to 12. Is that my final answer? No. Why? I can reduce. 16 over 3. Yeah, if you do it with a colon or the word to, that's perfect. Okay? That's perfect. As long as you have 16 to 3. Great question. Who got that? 16 to 3. Couple? Did you just not know the conversion? How many ounces are in a pound? But tonight on your homework you will know, so you'll get it right? Right? Yeah? Okay, let's do one more. 800 meters to 6 kilometers. Write them in the same unit and as a ratio. So 1,000 meters in a kilometer, 6,000 meters in 6 kilometers. So 800 to 6,000, is that my final answer? No. Nope, I gotta reduce. 2 to 15. All right, and if you understand that, that's everything you need to know for 8.1.